Are you still trying to be a wrestler?
That ain't no corn dog. Well, I've been asking questions. Am I still wanting to be a wrestler? It's not a very good question. Since I was about knee-high to a grasshopper, I've wanted to be a professional wrestler. And it took me a few years, and growing a little bit more, and sprouting like a beet. Yeah, I still want to be a wrestler. Where am I going to go with that? I can't really tell you. After having the shoulder reconstructed, it's been a slow process trying to make my way back into it.
Go.
That ain't no darn corn dog. There's been a lot of questions asked about me being a wrestler. Do I still want to be a wrestler? It's not a very bright question. I've been wanting to be a wrestler since about knee-high to a grasshopper. That ain't never going to change. When a dream comes into a young boy and it follows him into a man, that dream's there to stay. I don't plan on giving that up anytime soon. One of these days, I'm going to climb that ladder and I'm going to make my way to the top. Had reconstructive shoulder surgery because of an injury from professional wrestling. It's been a slow rehabilitation, but it ain't gonna hold me back. I ain't gonna quit. And one of these days, I'm gonna climb right back into that squared circle, and I'm gonna go in there with all I have, and I will hold a championship belt over my head once again. This ain't the end. It's just another chapter in the story of life. Another question that's been thrown at me time and time again. Are you just going to give up? You've been laid up for almost 2 years now. You ever coming back? You just going to give up? I don't give up. I was raised in a... Another question I've been asked several times, are you going to give up? I ain't going to give up. I was raised in the country. You just keep on keeping on. You don't ever stop. You have a passion, you have a dream, you just keep going. That's what I tell those kids at ringside. Don't ever give up. You got a dream? By golly, you fight for it. I ain't ever gonna stop. And one of these days, you're gonna see Floyd Briggs on the Grand Marquee for some amazing professional wrestling. And people are gonna come see him. They don't want to see nothing else but Floyd Briggs. They're gonna pay that ticket just to see Floyd Briggs because they know this down-home country boy is going to come in to that venue, he's going to climb in that ring, and he's going to whoop tail like nobody else on that roster. That's what I think about that. And I love wrestling so darn much. Like I said before, when I was knee-high to a grasshopper, I fell in love with the sport. Nothing intrigued me more than watch these men get out there and put their all into it to fight and wrestle and gain the crowd behind them. That's the best part about it. There isn't nothing better than going into that ring and you having the fans behind you just chanting your name. Floyd, Floyd, Floyd. There's never a bigger feeling in your heart when you can make those people love you so darn much. And all it does is push you. It pushes you harder. You want to do more. You want to do more. You want to give them everything they want because they come there and pay good money to see something amazing. So you strive to keep pushing, to give them the most amazing experience they ever had in their life. There's nothing like a chair swinging or someone flying over the top rope onto their opponent. Those fans love it. People love excitement. That's what America is. We all love excitement. And so that's what we do. It don't matter if it's a steel chair, a table, or maybe even Or maybe even just some crazy son of a gun coming out there with a barbed wire baseball bat with a little grass on it. You come out there something like that, the fans go nuts. You get swinging this son of a gun around, they don't know what to think about it. They're waiting to see the outcome. That excitement, that adrenaline rush, that I bring to the fans every time I step into a square circle. That's my favorite thing about wrestling. There ain't nothing better. The injuries, the heartache, the losses, it's all well worth it. Especially the wins. When you can make those fans fall in love with you and they want to come back next time to see you. That's my favorite thing about wrestling. What's my favorite thing about wrestling? I ask myself that all the time. I have a lot of people ask me that. Since I was knee-high to a grasshopper, I said it before, I'll say it again. I've always wanted to be a professional wrestler. And I made that dream come true. And that first time in the ring, I come out there and the fans were cheering for me. They didn't know who I was. And they were going, Floyd, Floyd, Floyd. What an adrenaline rush. Ain't nothing like it. People love to see the excitement. They want to know what's going to happen next. They want to know if a fella's going to jump off the top rope, maybe jump off the top of a cage. Is someone going to get hit with a steel chair? Or are they going to go through a table? Or is some crazy son of a gun come out there with a barbed wire bat? Then you don't know what's going to happen. That son of a gun gets to swinging left and right. Sometimes there's a little blood, but folks seem to like that too. But when it's all said and done, the folks remember you. They want to see you again. Next month, next week, whenever the next show is. They want to come out there and they want to see excitement and they want to see more of it. And they want to see it escalate. They want to see more. They want to see more. They want to see more. Eventually leading to injuries, heartbreak, losses, and then you get your wins. And there's nothing like standing on that second rope, looking at your fans cheering for you. They just want to put their arms around you, but they just can't. And that's what draws a professional wrestler back. That's what draws me back to that ring every single time.
What do you think about Stone Cold Steve Austin?
A lot of wrestlers come to name when I get to thinking about some of my favorites. Stone Cold Steve Austin, that son of a gun right there, there'll never be another fella like him. He's down to earth, he's a real man, he comes out there and he says what he wants to say. Kind of what America needs to start doing. Instead of cowering behind their cell phones, taking pictures of every crazy thing going on, Stone Cold Steve Austin's walk up there, he'll crack open a cold beer, and then he's going to tell you what he thinks. Oh, who's somebody else? Dean Ambrose. That's a young up-and-comer. I think he's a little younger than I am. That guy right there, if I could be any wrestler in a dream, Dean Ambrose would be the man. He comes out there every night, puts on his all, and he never lets a fan down. He is truly out there for the love of what he's doing. British Bulldog, that was one of my personal heroes as a little child. Ain't nothing like British Bulldog. And God bless his soul and rest in peace. But he was one of the greats out there. Anyone from the Hart Foundation. Bret the Hitman Hart, another one of my favorites. You know, the excellence of execution. There ain't nobody like him. The best there is, best there was, best there ever will be. But I think probably my top most favorite would have to be the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels. That is a man that can come to the ring, he puts on a show, he puts everything into it. He's retired these days and enjoying it, and which he should, for all the years of hard work he put in that ring. He put his body through everything. Broken back, broken neck. You'll never find another man that can come out there and entertain a crowd with great talking. He get out there and he can talk with the best. He can walk with the best. He'd climb that top rope and do aerial moves like nobody you ever seen, with no fear. And in my opinion, one of the greatest champions of all time. But overall, with all these great wrestlers, I have to give the Heartbreak Kid Shawn Michaels. He's probably one of the best you'll ever see.
Cena.
John Cena. On a personal level, watching him, I don't care for him much, but I have a lot of respect for him. He'll go out there and the kids love him. And that's kind of the aspect I go with when I'm in the ring. I want to make the kids love me. And they do. I get out of that ring, I get grandmas giving me hugs and kisses on the cheek. Every one of the little kids, I have to stop and talk to them. Sometimes I'm not supposed to, but I love to stop and talk to every little kid, shake their hands, and every one of the fans out there. John Cena, he has that ability. Like I said, I'm not too big on his wrestling style, but he's good. He knows his business, he knows his craft, and he's what really is keeping the wrestling world going right now, along with a few younger names. But he's willing to get out there with those younger guys and help them succeed and get just a little bit better. And that's what it takes for a great champion. That's what it takes for a great professional wrestler. You gotta help the young guys. Help them get somewhere, help them move to the top.